you was one of the ones. You wasn't ranked high.
I wasn't ranked at all.
You know what I'm saying? But you was one of the ones because y'all had a small school. Y'all had a small town team.
Yep.
But y'all was at all the Nike tournaments.
Made that trip.
And they
Car
was
washes,
popping everybody.
everything.
Like, but the thing is though, Q, they was popping folks. Like they might not win the tournament, but
that's what it is.
They popping folks that everybody expecting to go up there. Like they popped us in Purdue.
But how we was assembled, we took this is the first time it happened because you know how everybody have their grassroots programs and stuff, but in bigger cities is a larger talent base. But our small group, 6 mile radius, north, south, east, west, Racine, we said for the first time, let's get all these dudes on one hub.
Mm-hmm.
The suburbs, everything. Like, let's get on one team. And that's how the Brace Center was formed. Jamil had that vision where, look, we could scrap up this money. We're going to have taco plates. We're going to do dinners. We're going to do everything, car wash. We didn't have no sponsor. Didn't have nobody backing us. But we wanted to get on that platform and play against y'all.
When you start getting the colleges and you start seeing the names, could you believe that you had an opportunity to go to some of the names? Because like UConn, you went to UConn.
Yeah.
You part of the UConn history. Like, from where you came from.
Don't get them started.
Whatever you think you can't, UConn. He knew that was coming. He knew that was coming.
Every day he went into work, he found a UConn player that did something. He found a reason to say that little phrase right there.
You're in the Big East. Like, you're in one of the best conferences ever known to man that you playing in. It's dogs all the way through y'all conference. And how did you testing your game against the Big East, against the other powerhouses?
The physicality of the game was perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it was hard. It had pace, and it was slow at the same time. But the reason I specifically wanted to go to UConn is because the wheel sets and the action for the perimeters, particularly the forwards, Richard Hamilton, Ray Allen, Donnell Marshall, and then myself. It was perfect, and the sets only got tweaked. They didn't change. And with organizations like UConn, you know, they don't rebuild, they just reload, so you're going to have pieces. And I was just like, man, this shit is already set for me. All I got to do is stay healthy. If I stay healthy and I stay in the right mind space, it's over.
When you finally hear your name called and you get to walk across that stage and you know, shake, like, what was that? Because, you know, for all of us, we watched that a million times on TV, and that's like, to a certain degree, that's the like we made it moment in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was that whole experience for you?
So it was crazy because Spike Lee was.
I was at the Garden.
Yeah, he was literally right there. Somebody just dropping major flicks that was in all our households that we was moved and inspired by. He's right there. You got the Garden chanting your name because it was getting later in that lottery selection, about 7, 8. That's when they started doing it. Charles Barkley, like he's still, you know, this fresh with TNT. He's still on the board. I don't know what people thinking. He the best player in the draft. Like, and I'm like, oh man, but I was nervous, and I told Raymond, he's sitting next to me. I was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom, man. They told me I couldn't get up because the shit was live. I was like, nah, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm not waiting, and I feel like I'm here to be one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm here to be one of those dudes that go late in this first round or probably second round, and everybody be like, what happened and how you feel type shit. And I wasn't feeling that. And I went in the back. I got had to compose myself, get myself together. And I said, Raymond, if you brought me here, this is real talk. You can ask him. I said, if you brought me here and embarrassed me on national television, I'm going to fuck you up.
Straight up.
I had to tell him that just so he knew. He was like, no, brother, listen, we about to pray.
Yeah.
We about to pray. This is about to happen. Just relax. You're too tense. And while we was in the middle of our prayer, his phone, little flip phone, is vibrating. He finished, and flipped it, and he's like, yo, you going to Miami? And I'm like, they still at like 8 or whatever. And we walk back to the table, we sit down, I'm looking at him like, better go to Miami. I'm going to be acting crazy. And it happened. And every emotion that I ever felt, when you talk about winning at the highest level, when you talk about sacrifices, sweat equity, everything, it was just like, just let it all out, man.
How was it for you to come right in and, like, you know, we had many battles. We same position, everything. You came straight in the gate, rookie. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Yeah,
Presence known, like, you know what I'm saying, hooping, letting, like, everybody taking notice because you should have been drafted higher, and that was heavily talked about. Like, how was all of those things going for you?
And, you know, I think, and I say this now sitting in that seat in Summer League head coach, it's like your success is really if someone really believes in you and wants you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And the belief that the Godfather put in me right out the gate is like, I'm going to put the ball in your hand. You're young, but I trust you. Go be great. Go explore, make mistakes, but I'm going to let you do your thing. And also having Eddie Jones and Zoe and Brian Grant being like, okay, this dude young, but we're going to nurture him.
Yeah.
Right.
And let him build his confidence and teach him in the process. And that's all I needed. I didn't need to constantly get schooled and stuff like that. I just needed the freedom to make mistakes, knowing that, you know, I had a long leash rather than a short leash. And Pat Riley gave me that.
You come into an organization like Miami, then you run into a leader like Kobe.
It was a blessing, man. It was a blessing. Till this day, I always tell folks just the impact that he had on my life from a basketball standpoint, changed it. But then also from an information to life, because so many parallels in sports to life.
Yeah.
He had me thinking differently about what I wanted my legacy to be, start compartmentalizing how I'm going to pivot into business and things like that, and how I'm an architect like the rest of my future. Like, he was mapping out things, and I couldn't even think at that level. I was just like,
ahead or none of that.
we got the Knicks tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Clippers tomorrow. Like, I'm thinking like that. He was thinking like
Way ahead.
all the way then. You know what I mean? And he changed my life forever in that capacity.
Talk about when you got to Dallas, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you already know what that's all about. You a vet now. You done been a few different places. You done been here, there. But now you in Dallas.
The
and
best
you already,
owner in the game.
Yeah, you know about Cube. You know about Big Dirk. Y'all got Tricks there. Y'all got
Tricks
Big
was turned
Haywood.
up.
Tricks stay turned up.
Yeah, man. I was just with Tricks yesterday at our board meeting. Tricks funny as hell, man. My biggest thing was my time ran out in D.C. My love for D.C. will always be there. Like, that's my second home. But my time there ran out from a basketball standpoint, and I was exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed a change of scenery with so many things that happened there, and change of ownership. It was a fire sale. And I was just thinking, like, damn, like, I hope I land in the right spot. And Raymond had told me that Dallas, you know, you go to Dallas, man, you don't win a championship with this team. And the trade ended up happening. And I also played with my longest tenure teammate. We got traded together, Brendan Haywood.
Yeah.
So we go there.
Big Brendan.
B Wood, we go there. And immediately Dirk just, he had that Kobe vibe to him, not with the communication and talking, but just the work ethic.
What he was on.
He was on business.
Yeah.
He already got hurt
Mm-hmm.
where he lost in the finals. He felt that energy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just on a mission to accomplish that.
What made you make the decision of going back to the Heat and wanting to be a coach and be on that staff and be back in the organization?
There's only two organizations that get it right, that do it right. And, you know, obviously, you know, no shade to nobody else, but when you look at the disciples that's laying around the canvas of the NBA, that's great coaches. Mm-hmm. You think about the Spurs and you think about the Miami Heat. Mm-hmm. And when I had the opportunity to do that, I was on television. I was talking I'm with the Lakers talking about the finals.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm working with Spectrum, me and James Worthy, talking about the pick and roll situations and the dynamic of getting downhill and having more real estate. And I guess they saw that. Like, damn, we like the way you chopping it up about the game and giving the solutions. And Spo was like, hey, I want you on the staff. He wanted him too. It was him, me, Jim Jackson, and somebody else. And he's like, hey, you open to that? We're like, shit, like, what that look like? I don't even know. Can I still do my business stuff? Can I be mobile?
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like?
What's the commitment to that?
And he broke it down. I said, oh, that add up. That looked right. And I pivoted, and I'm grateful that I did that. It was the best decision I made.